Welcome to New City on Martha's Vineyard. Sign class number 8. What do? Now we'll do vocabulary review. Teach, learn, make, play, work, eat, with, join, friend, person, people, worker, teacher, student, scientist, doctor, police, fireman, pirate, monster, fairy, favorite. Now, new vocabulary. What do? Live, eat, drink, sleep, walk, run, jump, dance, sit, stand, look, give, take, help, throw, can, can't, see. You know that English has adverbs. Well, ASL has adverbs too. In ASL, adverbs, what do they look like? They're shown in the face with something called mouth morphemes or facial grammar. Now I will show you how to use adverbs on your face while you are signing the word walk. Now we'll learn more about mouth morphemes, or signed like this. And how do you use them? You use them to show adjectives or adverbs or other descriptive meanings related to that word. Some ASL signs have a mouth morpheme that is always connected with it and is part of the sign. For example, the ASL word not yet must have the mouth morpheme related to it, but with the word late, it's signed like this, there's no mouth morpheme related to it. It's the same sign with the hands, but it uses a different non-manual marker. So here are some examples with adverbs and adjectives. MM is regular. OO is small, thin. Cha is large. Another example is which means normal or average. Jumping, sitting, throwing. STA means over and over, repeatedly. TH means carelessly, not thinking. Directional verbs, actions that show what you're doing, go a direction. For example, look, give, take, help, throw, for noun-verb pairs. ASL uses them by both the noun and the verb are the same hand shape, but what they do, how they move, is different. For the verbs, it's one long movement, a continual movement, and for nouns, it's two movements. Examples of noun-verb pairs. Book, open book. Airplane, fly. Food, eat. A drink, drink. Chair, sit. Phone, call. One way to help you remember how to sign the noun versus the verb, a little tip for you. When you look at the word itself, noun, it has two N's. So you can think of that as the second movement. And that will help you remember, oh, that's right, the verb has one long movement and the noun has two short movements. Hi, I want to let you know that George Veditz is one of my favorite ASL superheroes. And I haven't really taken a lot of time to find out more about his other activities, but his presentation from 1913, where we know his famous quote that he signed about sign language being God's best gift to deaf people, that presentation impacted my life personally. When I first watched that, I had already been involved in the deaf community, married a deaf man, given birth to deaf children, but something about seeing his signing an explanation from over 100 years ago really impacted me. I was amazed. Even though I knew that ASL was a true language, I think part of me didn't really believe it. But seeing that historical account right there from over 100 years ago a true language, just like we use today. Well, it's a little bit old style, but still I can watch and understand it. Wow. I realized that ASL is a true language. And that's why I picked him to share with you about Veditz. And I encourage you to look into his life more, and I want to too. My own experience with Veditz and watching his film ties into our topic for church today, cultural perceptions. We, as Christians, often don't realize how much our surrounding culture can influence our perspectives. The Bible explains that we're supposed to make our minds new in God's Word. God's Word is truth, and when we see it, we can know that's right. And even though the world around us says something different, we know the Bible is true. So it's the same with our perceptions of deaf people and deafness. Sometimes we don't realize how much the world's perspectives have influenced our perspectives. Even deaf people themselves have taken the world's perspectives and internalized them. And often those perspectives are not positive ones. So I encourage you to examine yourself and see where maybe you have perceptions that conflict with the truth. One really cool deaf culture tech that we're going to talk about today is the video phone. Can be signed like this or VP. Deaf people have been using the video phone for over 15 years already. And now with Corona, the hearing community is picking up more with Zoom and FaceTime. But deaf people have been using the video phone for 15 years. Wow, that's really cool. The video phone provides wonderful access for deaf people because they are assigned a real phone number with the video phone. And say, for example, my husband Hollis would give you his phone number. You would pick up your phone, your cell phone, dial that number, call. Hollis his phone would flash a light. He would turn it on, and Hollis would not see you, but he will see an interpreter. And that interpreter, with their headset, will hear your voice and sign to Hollis. Hollis, seeing that interpreter signing, and the interpreter seeing Hollis signing, will voice his words to you. So it makes for very smooth conversation, and it's really wonderful for deaf people to have equal access for communication. When we can meet in person, face to face again, I'll give you a better demonstration. This week's assignment is write a short story. Can be 2 or 3 sentences is fine in ASL Gloss, and remember to include facial grammar. Practice your sign story with your signing buddy and be ready for next week. Practice conversation number 2 with answers with another signer or in front of the mirror. Practice all vocabulary at least 3 times. You can see there's an article there for you to read about George Veditz. And you can also watch the YouTube link about the video phone. And the last, go to the website about Sorensen's new video phone product. It's really cool.